Okay, let's hear from our race winner of today's 18th annual Boyd Gaming 300 NASCAR Nationwide Series race, and winning for the 28th time in his NASCAR Nationwide Series career is Brad Keselowski. He drove the number 22 Discount Tire Ford for Penske Racing. He's joined up here by his crew chief, Jeremy Bullins. Brad, certainly had a very strong car, but I know this has to be a big win for you, winning for your first time at Las Vegas in the Nationwide Series, as this is certainly one of the biggest races that we have in this series at this circuit.
Yeah, it's been one that we've missed out on over the last few years, and kind of feels a little like redemption to clear it out and get it done today. So I'm very proud of the team, and the effort that's gone into the 22 cars over the last few seasons has been tremendous. Just consistent front runners that are really a privilege to get to drive, because you know you're going to have a shot at winning each and every week. And that's not lost on me on how hard that is to do, to put together a team like that and a car like that. Because I've been on the other side of that before, so and it's easy to forget, how lucky you are. So I had a lot of fun today. The end wasn't a lot of fun, but the rest was a lot of fun, and the 3 wide passes and the restarts and all that stuff. That was great racing.
And Jeremy, just talk maybe about some things that were key in as far as the team goes and those types of things, in getting this win here today.
It's just really good. We worked really hard this winter trying to get better than we were. We had an awesome season last year, but you've got to keep improving. And came here with a few things different and weren't as good as we needed to be, and made some good changes overnight and had a good car when the race started. And it was kind of an up and down day. We had a good pit stop and a bad pit stop, and a good restart and a not so good restart. And so it was a little bit up and down, but there was more up than down, so that was good. Overcame some issues at the end and held on for the win.
Take questions now for either Jeremy or Brad. If you'll raise your hand, we'll get you. We'll go here with Mike, right here, Mike, then Reed, and then to my man from Albuquerque.
Mike Hember, USA Today. Congratulations, guys. Jeremy, what was wrong? Was it battery, alternator, electrical, all the above? What was going on?
From the sounds of it, it was an alternator, to be honest with you. I haven't gotten back over there to talk to the guys about what they found after the race, but it was symptomatic alternator failure than what he was describing. So at that point, you just kind of go into safe mode and shut everything off you can, and hope that the battery makes it to the end. Fortunately, there weren't that many laps to go, and we were able to, felt like we were losing a little power at the end, but we were close enough to hang on.
And we just received word from our ace statistician back there that this was Brad's 5th perfect driver rating in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. A perfect driver rating equates to 150.0. Congratulations on that today as well. Go ahead, Reed.
Reed Spencer with NASCAR Wire Service. Brad, Kyle was a little mystified as to how you and Chase got by him so quickly before you got to turn 1 on that restart on 162. Could you just describe what happened there?
Yeah, I felt the same way when I was restarting a race in his position a few laps prior. I can't remember, maybe it was 20, 30 laps prior, and the 2 Gibbs cars got by me. And it's just, these restarts are just so finicky and so tricky. And I've used the analogy before, and it holds true again today, that it's a lot like playing rock, paper, scissors. And for every move that you can use to win, there's another that can cancel it out and beat it. And today that was the case, and we saw that on that line.
Let's go over here. Go ahead, sir.
Brad, David Swope with New Mexico Motorsports Report on ESPN Radio Albuquerque. It looks like the success this season that you and Joey Logano have had, do you think that maybe you've put some of the problems that happened last season kind of behind you, and you guys are on a roll now?
Yeah, I mean, as it pertains to Joey, I think he and I are really starting to get in the zone as far as working together and pushing each other to new levels. I know he's really upped my game a lot on the Cup side in a lot of different ways, but mostly qualifying better and finding speed in that way. And over the last 12, 13 months, I think my qualifying efforts have dramatically improved because of him. And I think there's probably some areas where he'd say that I've helped him out as well. So I think we're in a really strong place to where it's a very delicate relationship with team drivers to try to push each other and push the team to build the best cars possible, with also knowing that that might be the guy that beats you that next day. And Joe and I have done a great job of walking that line so far, and I'm very proud of that. So I think that's part of what you're seeing there.
Go ahead. Go right here to the middle. Oh, do you have a question back there? Let's hit a double dose of Albuquerque. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dominic Aragón with the RacingExperts.com. So
I can't even spell that city. Go ahead.
So somewhat of just a generic question, but with the win, how does this help you prepare for tomorrow's race?
Yeah, I don't think there's much we can take from today for tomorrow's race. I wish it was that simple. Maybe the crew chief can. It's mostly just a confidence, morale booster, and it's definitely on high right now. So that's a good thing.
Tom Zaleski, the Spectrum in St. George, Utah. Brad, take me through those final 2 laps. What was it like to bob and weave through all those cars as you got Kyle Busch charging at you like a puppy on a chew toy?
I told somebody it felt like a game of Tetris. You're just trying to weave your way through. Like, oh, I missed one, and you hit one. I hit some lap car here. I don't know which one it even was going into one, and then another guy wrecked in front of me, and it's like, geez, will you guys just stop? And Kyle wasn't far behind me, and my car wasn't quite running right to begin with, and the last thing I needed was that to go with it. But we made it through, and I guess that's the most important thing.
Go ahead, Jay.
Jay Pennell with Fox Sports. Kind of along the same lines, you had so much going on in the closing laps of that race with the alternator, Kyle charging on, the lap cars. Is it a matter of just so much going on that you stay focused and not worry about that stuff, or do you just have to kind of put all that out of your mind?
I mean, you have to. If you sit and dwell on that stuff, you don't focus on the job at hand, and that's running perfect laps, hitting your marks, getting through traffic and trying to predict what they're going to do. And that's what's so difficult when you have any kind of issue in the cars. It can easily take you away from the task at hand on the track, and it's a balancing act for sure.
Let's go right here to this gentleman right here.
Yeah, Todd Dewey, Las Vegas Review-Journal. This is your first win here. Does this kind of make up for, in 2011, the last lap blow-up?
Yeah, I mean, wins are great, but you can never get those back. I could probably count 3 or 4 of those scenarios where I thought we had a shot at it, but it certainly puts it behind you and it makes you feel a lot better. And there's always races that you probably should have won and didn't, and there's probably races that you did win and shouldn't have. So you try to put those all in perspective.
Any additional questions for right here? Jim Utter has one. Thank you.
Jim Utter, Charlotte Observer. You talked about the front row in the Cup race and maybe needing just a little bit more on race day after the practices today. How do you feel about tomorrow?
I feel decent. I feel like we're, definitely a top 10 car. Maybe could use a little bit more. With track position being what it's going to be tomorrow, pit road is going to be critical, and we have a decent pit stall. So that's something I feel good about. Certainly not the first pit stall, which would really be helpful. But we're in position to have a great day with good track position from the start. And hopefully we can hold on to it all race long and battle those restarts hard like what you saw today and close it out. That's what it's going to take to win.